I'm breathing underwater, I'm weightless through space. I'm soaring like an eagle all over this place. Creatures most will never see are waiting there to look at me, and all I gotta do is breathe underwater. The Seaview is headed for a link-up with the 11th Fleet. Their mission is to play tag.
Does the Fleet Admiral know we plan to meet there?
No, and that's the way we want to keep it. See, our orders are to submerge and track the fleet so they can test their new special detection equipment.
Then we're no more than a decoy.
Right, but it's very important that their detection equipment should be tested to the fullest extent.
We'll see that it is.
As I said, play tag. The fleet is it and has to try to catch them. But they may not get there.
Admiral, is the skipper there with you?
One moment, Chip.
Yes, Chip, what is it?
I have a report here from engineering. It looks serious enough to recommend putting about and returning to base.
I'll be right there.
Go ahead, lock him down with you. Nothing is ever easy, is it?
Admiral, we all know if it was, you'd be bored to tears. You thrive on this stuff.
Let me see the report. Missile field leak. That is serious.
It's highly volatile. The slightest spark could set it off.
Tell the Admiral what you told me, Chief.
Most of our engineering reports that the only way to make repairs is to drain the entire missile fuel system.
That means dry dock, sir.
In that case, Admiral, we better reconsider. Right now, we belong in port.
Engineering is wrong. If they don't know how to repair the leak, I do. Chief, break out a standard wrench kit. Meet me at frame 40 on the double.
Aye, sir.
I didn't know he designed the missiles, too. Everyone around him is advising against this, but he assures them he'll be fine. And he was, and nothing happened, and that's the end of the episode. You know what else would make a good episode? Watching them play tag with the fleet. I'll bet our writers could make that interesting. But first, the Admiral has to fix that leak.
Admiral, you'd better take this emergency breathing apparatus along with you. It's a small area down there, and the fumes are pretty strong.
Actually, that's a good idea. Now, this shouldn't take long. Close the hatch after me. I don't want the fumes leaking through the ship in case anything happens.
Aye, sir.
It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this. So that's where Legend of Zelda got the idea. Next time, use the right size end wrench instead of an adjustable wrench. There's a reason why my dad used to call this a fist skinner. The hatch is jammed. While the crew works to pry it open, Admiral Nelson wakes up and uses the emergency breathing apparatus. It sustains him until they can get him out, but he got a pretty good snootful of that missile gas.
Well, what he needs most is air. Not getting much of that with this crowd around here.
Aye, sir. Come on, Ski, let's go.
If he needs air, why isn't he on oxygen? While he's waiting to play tag, he'll play a game of clock the dock. Why?
Emergency breathing device, model A14. One of these little gadgets saved his life, Chip.
It's a good thing we stocked him aboard this trip.
We intended to test it, but in my book, they've already passed that test with flying colors.
You can say that again.
I want you to issue one to every man aboard with orders to carry it at all times. Is this our position?
As of 5 minutes ago.
Very well. Hold to this course at standard.
What about the leak?
Well, the Admiral managed to block off the trouble line just before the blast. That means one missile is out, but it's no problem.
Any damage from the explosion?
No, nothing serious. The mission is go.
You were lucky all around, huh?
Yeah, the convenience ferry was on our side for once.
Admiral, you're okay again. Hey, that's great.
Chief Sharkey, I believe that you spent some time in the regular Navy before you joined us.
Yes, sir, I sure did. 3 hitches, 12 years. But you're looking wonderful, sir.
I assume that during that time you picked up at least the rudiments of simple military courtesy.
Begging the Admiral's pardon, sir.
And in the future, you please remember what you learned.
Aye, sir.
Why is he acting like a newly promoted shavetail?
Mr. Morton.
Admiral, you feeling all right, sir?
What is this piece of equipment doing on the plot table?
The EBA? I was just looking at it, sir.
You may pursue your hobbies when you're off watch. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, perfectly.
Even though Crane is standing right there, he says, "Tell Captain Crane to report to my cabin in 5 minutes." I can't help wondering if Chip was tempted to look over his shoulder and say, "You got that?"
What was that all about? What did I say wrong?
Suddenly, he's Captain Bligh, ready to get out the cat o' nine tails. Aha! Someone has been wearing my uniforms. Wait, that was me. It's easy to see that something in that gas has turned him into a paranoid maniac. I'm surprised he didn't charge into the head and beat up the towel rack.
Who is it?
Kowalski, sir.
Come in.
Really? Who's he expecting and what's he think they're going to do?
She said you had a sick day, sir, so I brought you some hot coffee.
Close the door.
Aye, sir.
Did I order coffee?
Richard Basehart was a good-looking man, except when he did that. Now he's just scary.
No, sir, but I just thought you might like some.
Drink it.
Sir?
I said, drink it.
Okay, he acted as your food taster and he didn't keel over. You can take the coffee now.
Again. Now clear out of here and take your coffee with you.
Aye, aye, sir.
He and Captain Crane pass each other in the corridor, but the captain won't make him try to explain why he's standing there with a cup of coffee, looking confused as if he's not sure what it is.
I was ordered to report to you.
Sit down, please.
It's good to see you feeling better, Admiral.
Don't you mean it's surprising to see me feeling better?
Yes, it is in a way. That was a close call. For a while there, we were afraid you were a goner.
No. I'm talking about after the explosion.
Oh?
You don't know what I mean, do you?
No, sir, I'm afraid I don't.
Good.
He says, "Good, you're not in on it, but I know who is."
I want you to put the ship's doctor under arrest.
Arrest? What for? What did he do?
Are you disputing my orders, too?
No, sir, of course not. But to arrest someone, there's got to be a charge.
Oh, there'll be a charge, all right. A nice, fat charge. They'll get that sanctimonious man of medicine a general court-martial. I'm charging him with attempted murder. Not 10 minutes ago, he tried to kill me.
His garbled mind thinks the sedative was poison or something, even though the doctor has lots more efficient ways to kill him than that. Captain Crane will hold his peace until he has a better idea what the flibbity-flu is going on.
Doc, I'd like to ask you a couple of... What happened in here?
You might call it a brief altercation.
It looks to me more like a fight. Oh, man. Is that a bump on your jaw?
No, it's just a bruise. No dislocation, fortunately.
Not the Admiral.
Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Enter Captain Crane, exit Chief Sharkey.
So this is how the Admiral got out of the sickbay so fast.
It's not a procedure I care to recommend.
You might as well know this right away, Doc. He sent me down here to put you under arrest.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Well, what did you do to him?
I tried to give him sedation when he attacked me and knocked me out.
What's wrong with him?
If I didn't know him so well, the diagnosis would be simple. A classic case of paranoia.
I can't believe that. There's got to be another explanation. He's the sanest man I've ever known.
My opinion exactly. But look at the pattern.
He was down in that hole in a chemical soup for who knows how long, and it won't occur to either of them that something in it might be affecting him.
Abrupt personality change. Delusions, particularly of persecution. Violent behavior.
Nice. I still can't buy it.
You got a better explanation, Dr. Crane? Like maybe the gas affected him? I know I say it a lot, but nobody will think of that until literally the epilogue. It's the kind of thing that has the potential to kill the episode because the viewer can't believe everyone on board is that thick in the head.
I ordered you to put this man under arrest.
He's already carried out your order, Admiral.
Stay back. I'm speaking with the captain.
It's true, sir. I've just told him to consider himself under official arrest.
And why isn't he on the brig?
In the brig? Admiral,
Can't I trust anyone aboard this ship? Get it through your head. This man is dangerous. He's a killer. I want him locked up.
He's holding both of you at gunpoint. What does that tell you, Dr. Crane?
Reporting with the new watch, Mr. Morton.
Very well.
Excuse me, sir, but all of a sudden we're running a very formal ship. It's a little hard to get used to.
The Admiral wants a tight ship, and he's going to get one. Stand to the stations.
Aye, sir. New watch. Stand to your stations.
They can all produce spit, but several of them had to borrow polish.
We spoke too soon about the explosion damage.
what's wrong?
Engineering reports weakened hull plates between frames 38 and 42.
How serious?
Well, they can repair them in about an hour as long as we stay on the surface.
Well, what's our situation?
Here's our position. The 11th Fleet is already concentrating about here.
Well, it could be worse. By the time our courses intersect, there won't be any trouble submerging and getting out of sight.
That's the way I figure it. You want us to continue on the surface until repairs are completed?
Definitely.
But as we might suspect, here comes trouble.
Why are we still on the surface, Mr. Morton? Take her down immediately.
Sir, we're having a slight repair problem. Both the skipper and I consider it advisable to remain topside until it's taken care of.
Oh, you consider it advisable, do you, Mr. Morton?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's part of his job as exec officer.
And if I consider it inadvisable?
In that case, sir, it would be a good idea if you discussed it with the skipper.
I see. You're telling me that I no longer have a right to make decisions aboard my own ship.
Listening has been a lost art for a long time. Even online where they can read it, you get people doing that. How he got any of that from what Chip said is a mystery, because he pulled that out of his goozigs.
What's the trouble, Admiral?
No trouble at all. Ordered a dive, and Mr. Morton is going to be kind enough to carry out that order.
Didn't he tell you about the repairs?
Am I surrounded by sea lawyers? Does every order that I give have to be accompanied by detailed explanations?
Not every order, just the stupid ones that will get everybody killed. Still, they'll dive.
Engineering, this is the exec.
Engineering, aye.
Secure the detail. We're going to dive.
Well, that could be trouble, sir.
And now engineering is taking over command. Mr. Morton, will you, answer them?
Secure the work detail.
Aye, sir.
Isn't it about time to relieve him due to mental incompetence?
You disapprove, Captain.
I just don't see the necessity for a dive at this time.
Well, I do. A submarine on the surface is a sitting duck.
In wartime, yes. But we're at peace.
Let me be the judge of that.
Who does he think they're at war with? But even before I saw the rest of the episode, I knew who he intended to attack. I suspect you did too. Once they're down, and little more than the power of prayer is holding the hull in place, he orders flank speed.
Flank? We can't run at flank, sir. That hull section won't take it.
I said flank speed, Mr. Morton. Or shall we have another lively discussion of the pros and cons?
No, sir. Maneuvering all ahead flank.
He is putting the ship and everyone on it in danger. Why hasn't Captain Crane relieved him?
Very good. I can be reached in my quarters.
Skipper, this is engineering.
Go ahead.
Sir, at this depth and speed, that hull section won't hold.
I know.
Reach him with a pistol and a pair of handcuffs, because it's time to put a stop to this.
Chip, full elevation on bow planes. Blow forward ballast tanks. Admiral or no admiral, we're gonna surface.
Aye, sir. Maneuvering. Full elevation on the bow.
Never mind, they're too late. That hull section let go, and several compartments are already flooded. Moments later, they crash on the bottom yet again.
Very well. Give me a situation estimate every 10 minutes.
Aye, aye, sir.
You heard the report. 3 compartments flooded. Watertight doors holding.
Can we get enough buoyancy to service?
That's a good question. It's touch and go. We've lost 1 man for sure. They're rounding up the survivors now. You take charge here. I'm going below to see what I can do.
Kowalski tries to talk to the chief about the Admiral, and the chief threatens to put him on report for it.
Mr. Morton, who is responsible for this blunder? Well, answer me.
Okay, that would be the blundering bubblehead who gave the order. Sir!
Sir, both the skipper and I tried to warn you that we were in no shape to submerge.
I'm beginning to understand. You've already fixed this up between you, haven't you?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Mr. Morton, I have never really trusted you. Could never tell what you were thinking. But I can tell now you've been plotting against me all along, haven't you?
Yeah, you were saying, Chief?
Admiral. Sir.
So what?
If I could have a word with the Admiral alone.
Who told you to say that?
Nobody, sir.
I don't believe you. You're in this up to your neck. Things to do, get out of my way.
I believe there's something you should say to Kowalski, Chief. He'll do it his own way.
Mr. Morton, somebody's got to do something right away about the Admiral.
I know how you feel, and I don't blame you, but that's the captain's job.
Well, the captain's got his hands full right now, sir. Maybe he doesn't realize how bad things are.
Just a minute.
I've got something to say about this.
Chief, we already know how you feel. Now, you go ahead and put me on report, but you're not going to shut me up.
Hold it. Speak your piece, Chief.
He says, the Admiral is my friend. Nobody knows him better than I do. That ain't the Admiral.
And right now, the man's not himself. He's sick, you know. He's got to be.
And you want the whole crew to pay for that.
No, I don't. The Admiral should be locked away somewhere where he won't hurt himself or anybody else. And I want to let you guys know that whatever you decide, I'm with you.
Kowalski didn't see that coming.
Now, you hear that, Mr. Morton? He's with us.
Now, wait a minute. This sounds pretty close to open mutiny.
Whoa, nobody said the M word. We're after the R word. Relieve him of command, because right now he's a danger to the whole crew. And Captain Crane is busy letting the doctor out of the brig so he can treat the injured. So it falls to you.
He's gone. How did he escape?
He didn't. I let him out.
You what?
We need him in sickbay. Besides, you know very well there are no charges against him.
Order him back to the brig.
We don't have time for those games now.
Games?
Admiral, the ship's dead on the bottom. If we can't raise her, we're dead too.
Apparently, pointing that out means he's joined the conspiracy to conspire.
They've taken you in. But that's all right. Just listen to me. We absolutely cannot miss this rendezvous.
Why? If we don't get to the test on time, there's no harm done.
You don't know what I know.
And what would that be? He just says, trust me. In the control room, the men have assembled and let the captain know their thoughts about the Admiral. He sympathizes, but right now the top priority is to get off the bottom.
Balance control. Blow all tanks fore and aft. Blow all tanks fore and aft. It's working. We're going upstairs.
Now keep your fingers crossed. That repaired hull is none too strong.
Suddenly, they can't control their ascent. The sub stops at 150 feet and starts moving forward, approaching flank speed again. All the controls are locked out. That would be why the star of the show gets its screen time and Nelson gets his flank speed racing toward the 11th Fleet.
I know what the trouble is. Every one of our controls is being overridden. And something like that can only be done from the circuitry room. And there's only one man aboard who knows exactly how to do it.
The Admiral.
Yes, the Admiral.
He's mad. He's trying to kill us all.
You got the con. Come on, Ski. Put this on and follow me. Chief, let's go.
Now see, if you had listened to me half an hour ago, it might not have come to this. When that hull finishes buckling, you'll be back on the bottom for good. In his diminished capacity, Nelson can't process that.
I'm glad you're here. I want to report on our exact position in relation to the 11th Fleet. Well, didn't you hear me? What's our position?
Unless you release those controls, we'll never get off the bottom. And this time, there won't be any survivors.
What are you talking about? Look, I have a job to do here.
Explain that to the sub, dude. It's the one thwarting your efforts, and you brought it all on yourself, starting with that bonehead idea of fixing the leak yourself instead of turning back.
Admiral Nelson, I relieve you of duty and place you under formal restraint. By authority of the regulations set down in Section 14, paragraphs 42 through 51.
Now that it's not likely to do any good, he gets around to that. Next time, relieve him before he destroys the ship, okay?
Take him to his cabin. I'll see what can be done in the circuitry room.
Aye, sir. This way, sir.
Don't put your hand on me.
We'll use force if we have to, sir.
You're not the one deciding things anymore. Away we go. And the moment you saw how they were lined up, you knew he was going to do that. Too bad they didn't.
Go, Dick!
It's against regulations to strike a superior officer, but looking at that encounter, I'm guessing that doesn't apply to flying tackles.
Skipper, this is Sharky.
Yes, Chief, I'm in the circuitry room.
He broke away from us, sir. He's loose on the ship.
Is he armed?
Yes, sir, he is.
All right. I'll get help for you. But get him. Alive if possible, but get him.
Aye, sir.
Crane is getting nowhere with the circuitry room. He finally puts out a call for the best electronics guys they have to reroute everything and give them control again.
This moment, we're here. Incidentally, elements of the 11th Fleet are on our radar now.
Oh, where are they?
Well, they should be within visual range in about 10 minutes or so.
I don't know why I think this is important, but I just know it is.
Think, Captain, if you were a paranoid nutcase in a powerful submarine and you were approaching a fleet of ships, what would be your first thought? I thought we already established that grabbing him doesn't work, especially since that's the second time he's KO'd the chief with one punch. He barricades himself in the missile room. And yes, he's loading a torpedo.
Skipper, we found him. He's locked himself in the missile room.
Missile room? That's impossible. He wouldn't try a thing like that.
What do you mean?
We're coming in torpedo range of the fleet.
Skipper, can you hear me? He's jammed the hatch wheel. We can't get at him.
Stay there, Chief. I'll get a welder to burn through the hatch.
Aye, sir.
Take the con.
I think we made it clear in previous episodes that a small bomb is a lot quicker.
You're too late. The lead ship is as good as sunk.
Told you, Captain Crane is doing something frantic at that side panel.
What have you done? What have you done?
I destroyed the torpedo with a missile. You ought to know, Admiral, it's your invention.
With a handful of guys holding him, the doctor is finally able to get the sedative into him.
Feeling better?
Much. Now that I've got that gas out of my lungs.
So, if he had given the man oxygen like I said at the beginning, none of this would have happened. When will these people ever learn to listen to me?
You all right now?
Breathing apparatus. That's what started the whole thing.
Apparently the gas somehow produced a case of paranoia when you inhaled it.
Wait, they're blaming that thing? What gas? What did they put in it? What do they need to put in it besides plain old air? I can't buy it. Every backup air supply I've ever heard of is just that, air. No fancy gases, no propellants, just compressed air. I was overawed at Richard Basehart's performance as usual, but that plot resolution felt like a slap in the face, especially since something in the propellant gases he was exposed to would make a lot more sense. The method of destroying the torpedo hasn't appeared before, but we know how Nelson is always tinkering with the sub. At this time, his biggest project was trying to get the circuitry room a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. As of today, he's still trying. All I gotta do is breathe underwater. Breathe underwater. Breathe underwater.